Hello. Hi. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, beautiful people. Hello, hello, hello. I'm the voice. I am the voice. Okay. Hi. How are you guys? Okay, that's good. I see a lot of beautiful faces, a lot of familiar faces as well. You're looking amazing. My brother, I know you. You're a student. Everybody else, I don't know. But I see you guys. I acknowledge you guys. Are we well? Are we well? It's a beautiful day today, man. The sun is out, and we're here to celebrate, guys. We're celebrating something big, man. We're celebrating South Africa's top 8 architects to come out of university right now. Please give them a round of applause. Yeah. Yeah. I know some of these round of applauses are a little tricky because some of these guys might take your job. So everybody's a little nervous right now. But yeah, guys, Corobrik has been doing this for about 39 years. This is the 39th year this year. And this year they decided, you know what, let's bring a new guy. Let's bring a guy who's going to spice things up. So they brought me, all right? Yeah, I am not an architect. I don't know anything about architecture. All I know is I had a cousin who used to draw houses. He's also not an architect. Well, tries to fool people. I can draw you a house. No. His roofs are all this way and that way. I think he's a entrepreneur now, so he works for the government. But I'm just saying, so it's good to be here, guys. So I want everybody to just chill. I want you guys to relax, Brad. We're not gonna be too formal. It's not gonna be too strict. I know you're sitting in a very formal way, but relax. Just take it easy. It's gonna be real nice. Okay, are we cool with that? Are we all right with that? Ladies, can I get a yeah? Okay, gents, can I get a ahoo? Okay, all right. Some of us want to say ahoo. Some of us don't. It's all right. I won't point you guys out. But yeah, guys, my name is Bongani Dube, and I will be your MC, man. I'm very excited, man. This is my first time ever being surrounded by this many architects. And trust me, I've been in a lot of architectural buildings, but I didn't know that, you know what I mean, like it starts somewhere. It starts at someone putting it together. So you guys are possibly some of the richest artists we know right now. And I appreciate you guys. What some of you guys did for FNB Stadium, thank you. That stadium is amazing, right? And like it also works very well with traffic because I know you guys also have to work with, what do they call, town planners and urban designers, am I correct? Do we have any of those guys here? We have a town planner in the back. We see you, brother. Thank you for the traffic. We see you, sister. Thank you for Vitkoppen. We see you. We see. And of course, do we have any QS? Do we have any quantity surveyors? Those ones that we all hate. We don't allow them to at our parties there. Because the moment they get to, we're like, we're using too much money here. Huh? What? Like, can't we just go digital? Why must we print? So yeah, so there are 0 quantity surveyors here. Is there any other job here that's interesting outside of architecture? Anybody here who does an interesting job wants to let us know? Don't be shy. Hey? My job. Yeah, but you can see me do my job. Like, what are you talking? Like, come on, bro. That would be a little pompous of me. Let me tell you about an interesting guy named me. Bro, that's I can't do that. How you doing, sir? What is your name, sir? No, Andre. Oh, wait, Andre, where you from? Pretoria. I like you, man. I feel like you get a lot of jobs during Christmas. I feel like everybody, your phone goes off. Everybody like, yo, Andre. Andre. Pardon me? Yeah, everybody's texting here. Everybody wants to be a good boy when they see Andre over here. No, wait. Thank you so much for coming, Andre. Are any of these kids your students? Are they your friends? Are they your children? Anybody here that you know? Are you part of the industry? All right, take you an architect as well? You enjoy the students' work? Okay, cool. Oh, so you're not from some university or anything like that? Okay. And you're not an architect? Oh, you are an architect? Okay, because it was getting creepy quickly, bro. And I was like, it's getting very questionable. No, I like the students' work. That's what I like. Ooh, a house. I like it. Nice to have you, Andre. And the parents of the students, can we please have your hands up, please? All the parents that are here. Come on, guys. Look at you guys. Very few of you guys. Very few of you guys. I would like to appreciate you guys so much for believing in your kids. You know what I mean? Like for a child to tell you they want to be an architect, that's a pretty big deal because it takes about 7 years to become an architect, right? And whereas you can be a doctor, you know what I mean? It's like, really? You want to build a house? We're in a house. What are you doing? Right? Right. Now, I come from a place where you can't tell anybody that you want to be an architect. It's either you are an engineer, you're a police officer, you're a teacher, or you're a fireman. That's all I had. So architecture, when you see this and you see young black people, and of course, everybody, man, I'm sure like as a young white man, you know what I mean, telling your dad, I want to be an architect. He's like, come on, man, don't you want to follow nepotism? Right, like, Dad, like, I don't want to be part of the family business. But I'll be teasing. We're going to have a lot of fun here today, guys. But as long as everybody's good, everybody's smiling, I think we're going to have a wonderful time, right? Away. I appreciate you guys. So I need to bring up our first speaker, right? He's not going to speak for too long. He's just someone who's going to just introduce us to what Corobrik really is. I try to do my research, but he knows it way better than I am, right? So please, ladies and gentlemen, can we please put our hands together for the one, the only, Mr. Dean Thompson. Dean, how you doing, Dean? You well? I'm good, man.
Can everybody hear me? Can you hear me? Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Student Architecture Awards, 39th edition. Can you believe it? I just need to mention that we have an online audience today. It's growing year by year, so welcome to our online audience as well. As Corobrik, we're very proud to support this initiative. We've done it for 39 years. Next year's a big one. It's 40 years next year. So we're really looking forward to that and hopefully seeing you all again next year. I think a lot of people ask why we invest in this forum, in this program. And I think it's a real opportunity for us to celebrate, to recognize young architectural talent. And this is an ideal platform to show off what South Africa has to offer in this space. So we plan to continue investing in this forum going forward to ensure that we continue developing future talent in the architectural and design industries in South Africa. So I've had the opportunity, I'm sure you've all had the opportunity to review all of the submissions. I think it would be remiss of me not to congratulate all of the students and their families for the high quality of the submissions that we've seen, not only in terms of model making, but also conceptual design. And really high standard in terms of innovation and creativity. So well done, guys, well done. We have some esteemed judges with us today. Claire, Warren, and Nadima, thank you very much for investing your time, your precious time, valuable time, and expertise over the past weeks and months. It's highly appreciated, but not only that, with regards to your enthusiastic engagement over the past few days as well. It's highly appreciated and well done. Thank you. To our guest speaker, I've got to be careful here, Georg, did I get it right? Thank you for joining us today. We're really looking forward to your insights in your presentation, which you'll be giving in a few minutes' time. And then last but not least, to the organizers of the event. I'm sure that you all agree it's a wonderful spectacle that we're all experiencing. It didn't happen by accident. It's the result of a tremendous effort by all the organizers, by all the support staff, and the universities as well. So well done, guys. Great job. Well done. Personally, I've had a chance to review the submissions as well. We're announcing one winner today, but I'd like to think that you're all winners. And hopefully all of you have seen value in the engagement, the networking, the dialogue, et cetera, over the past days. So hopefully that you've all seen value in that and you'll take that back home with you. So with that being said, thank you for your participation and I look forward to meeting you later on. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dean. Thank you very much. Yes, as Dean said, we are going to have a winner here, right? And please, for the parents that are here, don't go to the judges and say, what about my child, okay? Like, please don't do that, because it was a very difficult thing to get to this point right here. I mean, we got the top 8, and this year I don't know, it could be for the first time ever, but they're all male students, right? It's not saying anything or anything, it's just saying we try to get the best of the best. It happens to be these individuals here. So please, ladies and gentlemen, I also want to let you guys know that no matter what happens here, no matter which one student gets chosen, everybody here is a winner. You know what I mean? These guys have worked very hard to get this far, and they made it this far, and they're being recognized here today. So when that one winner wins, please, if it's not you, clap for him. Don't give the Grammy clap like, yeah, ha, 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 ha. No, be like, I'm excited for you, and then go home and work harder. But for today, but show love. Also, I have to acknowledge that we've got a lot of people that are streaming this event live right now. Right, some of your friends, some students, everybody from all over the world, they are streaming, so they are watching us, right? And after Gyo speaks, I'm going to be speaking to you guys. So just think about the fact that it's not just 100 people, there's possibly 10,000 people watching you speak, right? And then use that, channel it to say the right thing, because it might be the reason why you lose a win. I'm kidding. I'm joking. So whoever's at home, thank you for joining us. We see you guys. You know, give us an emoji. Yeah, send some flowers. Yeah, it's a TikTok live. Thank you very much. But now it's time to get a little more serious. We've got an esteemed speaker here. This man has got a very interesting spelling of his name, but it's not pronounced the way it's spelled, right? It looks like George without an E, right? But it's pronounced Gyo, right? Am I close, girl? What is it? Gyog. Oh, you have to say the G. Okay, cool. Ladies and gentlemen, this next esteemed speaker is a very close friend of mine. We've known each other for years. I call him Gyogi. So please, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for our keynote speaker, Mr. Gyog van Gas. Yes. Thank you, Gyog.
Sure. Thank you. It is a privilege to be here, and thank you for this. And it is really amazing. Thank you. It is quite an interesting time that we live in, and potentially an interesting and controversial topic for me today, and it's something that I think we are dealing with, and it is potentially in the next sort of 10 years of our lives, artificial intelligence will be able to do almost everything that we do as architects, or will it? I think that's the question, and it's not a new question, because we've been dealing with this question for, I think, ages. Bongani, where are you now? Let's see. There we go. I'm a believer in nepotism. So I'm a second-generation architect, and grew up with everything that we've been dealing with for a lot of years, and I'm old. So, and it's not something new. I think if you think about what Vitruvius had to deal with, and what was followed in like real sort of drawings, and the elements of how architecture has evolved and where things have gone, and in an era of where my dad practiced mainly, and I was privileged enough to have shared an office and worked with my dad for 12 years, and when the power was off, he was the most efficient person in the office. And this is him sitting with a computer and being very proud about the fact that they're doing CAD drawings. And this is in 1998. And the difference between these is probably not the most different to what we are dealing with at the moment, and the perception of what AI can do and what it is that it is there, because practices are still the same. Practices are still studios, and they are amazing creative spaces, and spaces that we all believe in, and no building is really designed by one person. So this is potentially the last time for you eight here that you are going to design a building on your own. It is there, and it's for a good reason that no building should be designed by one person alone. And I think it's the collective that makes it amazing. And we can also be extremely naive and think that AI is going to have no impact on our lives. And because AI is really already in the room. And it is, just look at those stats, between 2024 and 2025, there was an uptake of 18% of practices in the UK that uses AI. And then 80% of architects see that AI is going to play a role in our lives going forward. And therefore, you need to engage with it. 76% of architectural engineering construction organizations believe and are spending more money on AI. It's not there to replace people, it's just using it. And architects are really, in my view, driving the industry, definitely in the South African when it comes to AI. But it also goes into technology. I've had to deal in this week just about the fact that contractors are complaining about the amount of drawings that they have to print. Just buy an iPad. Drawing is there, you can still do it. You don't need the old stuff. Just use technology, use augmented reality in your buildings and go it and use it for that matter. And it is no longer a question whether we engage with AI, it's just really how, and how we take it from here. And the interesting thing about AI sometimes is that it is used at the moment, a lot of like, I'm going to put that up there and just like for ego, and people use it to enhance their Instagram page and their things, and they use it for visualization. And unfortunately, sometimes more alien ships that we've seen all over the world land in buildings that have no context and nothing in there. And don't misunderstand my comment in there. And I think ego is important, and it's potentially also due to the way we as architects have been educated, and where we need to believe in ourselves, because if we don't believe in ourselves, how are we going to sell that to our clients? So some quotes on ego, and I think it is there, and it needs to be there. It's like, well, I'll downscale it a little bit. It's like always be a better version of yourself, unless you're a poople. Don't be a better poople. But and then it goes around, and there's many quotes that goes to that, and then there's things on how you can work, and how you need to live, and how you need to interact with the people that you're actually designing for, and also that it actually isn't paying you to design for them. It is there to really ultimately get to a point where architecture needs to be really inclusive, needs to be political, it needs to be poetic, and it needs to be pragmatic and profoundly human. And I think that's extremely important to consider in what you do. And when it comes to AI, there's certain things that it can do and certain things that it can't do. And things it can do is can like generate a huge amount of iterative designs. You can play around and you can make mistakes with prompting it incorrectly, and you're going to have different results continuously about it, and it can look at things and it can do things in there. And it can run your simulations and it can do a lot of things. But ultimately, heard a thing the other day, and it says AI should be able to not replace you and do your work for you. It should rather do your laundry and your dishes in there. So there's a lot of things that AI can do, from all the schlep door schedules. You're going to do a lot of door schedules in your new life now. It's going to be there in little toilet layouts, things in there. But it is there really of understanding the environment that we design in and what we design for, understanding the history around it, and understanding everything and everybody around that. People that just walk past your buildings, never forget them, because they make a massive impact, and you make a massive impact on their lives. And it's there. It cannot understand that little interaction of what it needs to be on that street corner and where you do that. And never forget the importance of the space between the buildings, because buildings are there, and it's again your ego, but the spaces in between them is really the thing that you need to consider within that. You can talk about that, and it's AI is interesting world and where it does and what it I think we are, as a society at the moment, and I think especially the younger generation is bombarded by the fact of all this information, and we come from a society where I have to deal with like my mom, and say that her bullshitter meter is very low, so she can't really see it and understand what it is there. And just because it's written, it's not that it's true. And it's about how you disseminate this information that you have, and how do you disseminate the information that you generate through AI, and ultimately how you become the filter for that. And it's a new skill to learn, and it's an amazing thing to do, and it's engaging on a completely different level. Because ultimately, we are designing spaces for kids that stand next to a sculpture in a public space that doesn't understand the importance of art yet, but you've triggered a thought. You created a space where you can gather and you can slow down and you can breathe in a hectic urban environment. You create spaces where kids can learn in an amazing space that is enhanced by biomimicry. And it is there, and it talks to real respect for nature and the earth that we live in. It talks to respect of the environment that you build in, and where you don't scream, but you create something that is detailed and beautiful. And you create a space where people can slow down, and you can interact with art and the other thoughts and living in there. And you can create a space for kids to play in an environment where they can just be with buildings and spaces in between buildings. And sometimes you can create new things over old things, but you still need to consider how people walk past it. And you can create spaces within that building where you can still play with wax or clay, and you can sculpt something for a building, but you don't have to just stop there. You can take that element and you can 3D scan it, and you can put it into Rhino, and you can build it. And through there, you can consider history and how people have come before that in that space for roughly 50 years and have been educated, and how you can sketch and enhance that space and ultimately create or suggest or propose something that is there for a school to engage with the arts, and from music to visual arts to digital arts, and be that space of and encouraging that interaction between it, and creating spaces where you use new technology to really build out and be a space where people can learn. Or you can ultimately think about what is, and be challenged by clients about what is South African architecture, and what is that, and what talks to that, and what makes it. And it's difficult thought, and it's there, and I think we've seen some amazing things here today, again, what that interpretation is. And you get challenged from like the Kraal to Ushaku Olembe to Wakanda, and seeing what is that and what it is there, and you can judge us. This is something that we thought that embodies from a retail and food and beverage and public park space. And it's going to get built soon, and it's going to be hopefully amazing in there. But it's also understanding how people would live and how they would walk in there, and how you create a space for people to slow down again and be people in this sort of amazingly weird and hurried life that we live, and creating things in there. But then ultimately it's also about using further technology and taking a quick mass model and zooshing it up a little bit with some interesting prompts and working with that, and taking something like this and learning and making mistakes while you prompt and while you learn, and you can do a quick proposal to get something across the line with some thought and some real engagement, ultimately still considering and invoking that memory of space, memory of engagement, and drinking red wine on a restaurants. But ultimately, and you can quickly sell a idea to a client and show them how the context would be within the building for that area. Or you can say, this is what it's going to look like on that corner that you are engaging. And then you can take things that we've been doing for a long time and say, take this image and give us some more warmth and some other ideas and get you something like that. This invokes a different memory for people in that area. And ultimately, it's you guys, and I'm talking to the 8 today, and it's the esteemed colleagues in the audience and online, is there's always this sort of tension between academia and practice, and it needs to be there. We are always going to say in practice, why don't you know how to put a brick on another brick? But we're also going to encourage, we always need the young architect to think about life differently and thinks about design differently to challenge us in practice to do something differently. And don't stop doing that. Always be that guy. I can say guy today. And education really matters because our education just doesn't just teach us to draw. And sometimes architects are our own worst enemy, because I've done it before multiple times. It's like people ask me what I do. I say, I draw pretty pictures. And it's not just that. We've been taught how to think. And we've been taught how to question a brief before you answer it. And I think that's extremely important. I think we've been taught how to walk a site and feel his logic. And it's weird. It's like recently designed a building that I've never been to site, and it's like totally the wrong thing for that site. You've got to listen to a client to hear what they're not saying, and you're going to get that a lot. And AI can't do that because it listens to what you tell it. It doesn't suggest or invoke something. It can't go out there and Okut, we were talking about it. Where is Okut? It's like, there we go. Talking about it earlier is like, when we get briefed on a single residential house, we generally get told that we want 4 bedrooms and they need to be en suite, and we want a lounge and a dining room. But nobody has ever briefed us on how they live. And you need to be able to understand what that feeling is and that sensation that you want to invoke when you're sitting on the patio, when you're having that view, or you're braaiing, or just a family over dinner, or preparing dinner that is there that you need to understand. And everything in life is really that social and living and human interaction that is really important. And design thinking and critical thinking is probably the most important skill that an architect has and needs to build on. Because design thinking and critical thinking is not just a skill, it's a soft skill or anything like that. It is, in the age of AI, they are the most important tools that you're going to have. And AI, you can probably read it, but extraordinarily good at answering questions. But it's not human in that essence. And a trained person needs to be able to engage a human being on an empathetic manner and understand what they're going through and what they want to achieve in the space. And you need to be able to ask the right questions to get the right answer. It's like, 10, 11 years now, sort of having the skill of Google, a good Google search. You need to have the skill of really asking the right questions when you engage with AI, because otherwise it's not going to give it. And you need to prompt it, and you need to interrogate it, and you need to filter it. But ultimately, we are becoming editors of intelligence rather than operators of software. And what that means is really that You need to, again, filter. I need to think about what you're doing. I need to interrogate it. And ultimately, within that skill, something that is extremely important for me in my life, and in a South African context, is Ubuntu. And Ubuntu is a design brief that you need to consider. And Ubuntu is not just a slogan. It's really a way of life, and it's really a way of engaging with people. Because without people, we aren't human. And you need to consider that. And you need to be able to enforce that in each and every project that you do, and every aspect of your life. And human-centered and Ubuntu is really the same thing. And you need to consider that and how that sort of engages in the deep sort of consciousness of a community to really interact with that. And with that, I think it's about creating, I can't really see there. It's sort of being able to sort of soften things up and understand things, because it can generate, again, multiple sort of iterations of something. But without really enforcing what you're doing, it's not going to be there. And you need to understand the space and what it means. You need to understand, you need to be able to tell somebody in this space you are going to walk, and you need to be able to invoke that memory of people that are when you design it. We also need to potentially manipulate people to feel that and experience that emotion when you're doing in that space. And it's really to ask excluded and why, but we need to sort of really build a connection. The tools we use change, but the solution never really changes. And the problem is there, and we need to do design for people. And ultimately, we need to calm down and still go change the world for the better. Because maybe AI is just really a calculator that everybody thought is going to make you dumb, but it's just made something quicker and more understandable, and you can go out there and do things. And maybe we should not fear AI, and maybe we should think about AI as the amazing brush for the architect, and a sort of a better brush for it. And that generated that through GPT. So it's there because ultimately we work in studio environments and we work in amazing people, and I'm lucky to be surrounded by amazing people that believe in what we do. And with AI, we can give them all different and better brushes. Because ultimately, we are designing for people, and ultimately, we are designing by people. So that's it. Thank you very much. Cool. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, man. That was quick insights on what's happening with the future when it comes to architecture. And now, talking about the future, it's time we meet the future architects of just architecture itself. So I'm going to be calling up the students who we're gonna grab a seat right here, and we're going to give them a quick Q&A. Yeah? Quick Q&A. If you do want to ask a very important question, you feel like this question must be asked, you can just put your hand up, and then, you know what I mean, I'll give you the attention that you deserve, right? Are we all cool with that? Are we still here, guys? I know Gil gave us a presentation we can't forget. Soak it in. Gil said, stay calm, and let's go change the world, all right? So, yeah, so soak it in. Let's get into it. I'm going to start calling up the students. First up, we're going to be calling on Yamikani Mtambala, and, of course, Kenan Kantor. Come on, gents. Come join me over here. There you go. That's your microphone right there. Yeah, please grab a seat, guys. Grab a seat. Welcome to Corobrik Q&A with Bongani Dube. I'm Bongani Dube. And we're going to be talking to these young students over here. Yamikani, for those that don't know you, please let us know, where are you from?
Is this on?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Hi, everyone. Such lovely faces I'm seeing today.
Yes.
My name is Yamikani Mtambala. I am from Namibia, and I studied at the University of Johannesburg for both my honors and master's year. So yeah, that's just a little bit about where I'm from.
Okay, it's good to have you, okay? Young, handsome guy, yeah. You see that energy of clapping? Let's keep that going for all 8 students, okay, guys? It's going to be a long one, all right? And of course, we've got Keenan Cantor, right? I said that correctly.
Yeah.
Please, Cantor, please let them know who you are.
So I'm Keenan Cantor, and
Kenta. My apologies.
yeah, it's all right.
My apologies.
Yeah, so I'm from the University of the Free State. I come from Bloemfontein, and I've been there my whole life. So yeah, just flat landscapes.
Yes.
But that's it.
Oh, okay. I hear what you're saying, Keenan. You want a job in Joburg. Please, guys. He's trying to get out of Bloemfontein.
We had this discussion.
All right, Yamikani, your project, man, can you please let us know what is the most challenging part of your project, of the thing that you put together?
So really my project titled Fugitive Archives, The Afterlives of Colonial Infrastructure, was the most challenging thing was understanding how it operates on a global scale. It has somehow become so normal for life to unfold under the shadow of extractive infrastructure. And you see it all over the world, not just in South Africa. You know, for some people it is a long commute, but for others it's living under and close to a refinery where they can't breathe.
Oh.
And so I think really it was about understanding how this kind of phenomenon operates in other countries and trying to see how this has, you know, sort of grown over the years. You know, Africa has seen colonial infrastructure, capitalist infrastructure that is extracted and mined and left nothing, you know. And in other countries, similar to what Georg was saying, we're dealing with AI infrastructure.
Yes.
That's the new form of violence and the new form of infrastructure that is ridding lives of so many things. In Memphis, Tennessee, for example, it was once a place full of oil refineries in predominantly black neighborhoods. And they were swept away over time. But infrastructure like that never disappears. It comes back in a new form. And now what's going on in the same area is infrastructure like AI is slowly but surely sucking away electricity and water and polluting the environment all over again.
Wow.
And so understanding how my project speaks on a larger scale was really the most challenging, but also the most interesting for me, you know. So yeah.
Well, okay. Well, I did not expect that. I thought he was going to say, you know, getting the materials, but okay. I see you're a humanitarian and, of course, a bit of a revolutionist, yeah? Fight for the people, my brother. Fight for the people. I see you, man. Down with AI. More jobs for my people. I see. All right. Keenan, so what material what material speaks to you more often? Like, what's the one thing that you want to keep using when it comes to the future of architecture? Yeah.
I think there is only one right answer.
So we got Corobriks at the top, right? Corobriks at the top. And then tell us about everything else.
They're not paying us to say this, by the way.
Yes.
I don't know. I think I really enjoy the authenticity of certain materials and how they age over time.
Yes.
I've always gravitated towards quartz and steel throughout a lot of my work. I just really enjoy how the steel itself sort of starts telling a story of how the architecture has sort of developed over time. And it creates these different layers as people engage with the building.
Yes.
And I think there's something deeply poetic in that something never is fixed in time, but you become conscious of how time is progressing. I think of these massive glass buildings that we have nowadays, and I feel like there's that authenticity that's sometimes lacking, because it's this pristine, polished thing all the time. Nothing against Santon, but
true.
So yeah, I really enjoy the authenticity, stonework. I think there's such interesting work and patterns that you can create with brickwork, with stones. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of covering up the actual material. I really like the material to speak for itself.
Oh, okay. You would love driving through Soweto. There's a lot of face brick buildings there. You'd be like, wow, like that. Please give a round of applause. Yeah. Like I said, does anybody have a question? Please, we are all here together. Any question? There's no stupid questions. Don't be shy. You don't have questions for the two guys? Okay, we're warming up. We still have 6 other guys, right? Gents, anything you'd like to leave the people with when it comes to who you are as an architect and what, you know what I mean, like what kind of change you'd like to bring within the future of architecture? There's something you want to leave the people with. Do you want to go first? Yamikani, don't be shy. Go ahead, brother.
My thinking over the past 2 years has really changed for the better. It's made me quite an inquisitive creator and designer. And really, I think it's time that architecture starts understanding how we can offer new and alternative forms of practice, how it is we actually practice architecture, because the world is changing.
Yes.
And with that change requires newer methods of how exactly we meet our clients, how exactly we meet the brief, and how exactly we meet design. So I think that's really all I can leave, I guess, my fellow peers in the industry as a whole, just saying that, yeah.
Okay, that's good. Confusing, but that's good. Thank you. What do you have for us, brother?
I think again, it just comes down to people. That's literally why we design buildings. It's why architecture has existed from the very beginning of age. And I think the very human connection that we can have with a building, what is the space evoking? How do you feel? George spoke about it. Georg, sorry, my apologies.
My bad, Georg. See you, my boy.
Yeah, I think it's just creating that human connection within space for people to live. And without that, I think we just have an empty box. And what's the point of that? So.
Okay, now thank you very much, fellas. Please, ladies and gentlemen, can you please give them a round of applause? Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys. Yeah? All the best with everything, guys. All the best with the future. Oh, sorry. All the best with the future. And of course, with the competition that we're here. We still have more guys we're going to be interviewing. Please, cook up your questions. Don't be shy, guys. Cook up your questions. Up next, I'd like to call on Akil Khan and Simeon Jameson. Please, gentlemen. All right. Got Akil on the far end over there. Akil, can you please give us a quick rundown of who you are and, how architecture has changed your life?
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Akil Khan. I come from the warm heart of Africa, Malawi. I've born and bred there. My family's been there all my life. So I studied all my undergrad from UCT, undergrad to postgrad at UCT. Architecture has been my life for 10 years now. So I've learned to love and hate it at the same time. Yeah. But it's been an amazing experience throughout the 10 years I've experienced it.
Okay, thank you. And yourself, Simeon?
I'm from Pretoria.
Pretoria! Yeah.
Not as exciting of a background. But yeah, I think for me, I've always been a little bit autistic in my love for boats and ships and trains. And I mean, when I realized that I couldn't be a steam train driver anymore,
could have been a great one, though.
That's when I was like, okay, I'm going to have to reevaluate career opportunities. But yeah, I think for me, I always had a love for old things. I think that's really what it boiled down to. And over my life, I really try to understand, why do I love old things? And I just realized it's those stories that are so embedded within old things. And buildings are often old things, and they often have so many stories. And I think just that realization that like I can create spaces that can become these repositories or these holders of other people's stories, and I can engage with those stories, is what got me so interested in architecture.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Okay, I just want to go back to you. So then, what would you say is your favorite era of architecture throughout the history of architecture?
Yeah.
Aha. Do you like churches?
I mean, yes, but also like that's a pretty broad era of architecture.
Yes, yes, yes.
I think I do enjoy modernism, but specifically the more regional kind of modernism. I think, you know, in the beginning it was all let's try new things, and then over time we realized that newness isn't all that's hyped up to be, because we often then lose those stories, you know. So I think for me what became exciting was when architects began to realize that yes, we do need to build new spaces, but it's important to tie them into the stories that are still existing, to be more sensitive to the context and the people who are already there in those places.
Yes.
So I think that I always find it very interesting understanding the way that architects are trying to engage with what's already there.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I'd say regional modernism.
Regional modernism. What about Bauhaus and Brutalist?
I mean,
I read that. I read that somewhere.
I mean, I think they're pretty damn cool.
You think they're cool?
I like them. I like them.
Okay, okay. You say you're from the heart of Africa, Malawi, right? And understanding that Africa is going through so much, and there's so much change that needs to happen, man. How would you like to use architecture to impact the lives of the modern African? You know what I mean? Not the African that's necessarily living in the city, but someone who's just outside the city. How would you like to change their lives, perhaps?
For me, I feel like they're the ones that are hidden by the modern architecture or the modern society we live in.
Yeah.
And I do want to bring them to the spotlight. And with my project, I try to do that. I think rural areas in and around Africa, but around the world, are sidelined when it comes to development.
Yeah.
And finding ways in which we as architects can bring them to the spotlight is always going to be a very challenging one because no one wants to invest in rural spaces, but it will also be a very interesting one as there's a lot of rich cultural backgrounds and rich environmental situations that you can deal with that you wouldn't technically deal with in an urban space. Okay. And so I think for us as architects, finding ways in which rural spaces can be the spotlight of our architecture going forward, especially in Africa, is the way to go. And coming from a space where 80% of our country is rural and only 20% of our population use the urban spaces, I find that it's really, really important that spaces in Malawi, rural spaces especially, become developed as much as the urban spaces.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I thought you were going to say you're going to build more schools and cheap hospitals, but it's okay. I'm the weird one. I'm kidding, man. So tell us, I see your material using bamboo. Is that so? Is that an indigenous material in Malawi?
Yes. So the structural elements of my building are bamboo related.
Yeah.
We do have indigenous bamboo in Malawi that is also used in rural spaces, but I try to also implement some foreign bamboos to help increase the stabilities of what they use already, and trying to use natural systems within the spaces so that there's easy access for rural environments to grow and progress with time.
Okay. Yeah. No, I see that. I see that. I see that. Simeon, being from Pretoria, there's not a lot happening there, but no, there isn't. I mean, let's be honest, guys.
Can confirm.
Pardon me? You can't confirm. Anybody here from Pretoria? And what's so exciting about Pretoria, apart from the fact that it's like an hour away from Joburg? I'm from there too. I love it here, right? So Joburg just built a big stadium for 2010, right? And everybody loves the stadium. I mean, like, what else? What would you bring to Pretoria, seeing that you're from there, that can say, you know what I mean, look at us, we are also proud. Apart from the Union buildings and the Food Record Monument, what else? What would you add?
Well, firstly, Yes, there's not a lot going on in Pretoria, and I
Yes.
think that is the beauty of Pretoria. I think, I mean, Joburg is exhausting. It is exhausting.
Yes.
Cape Town's overcrowded with foreigners.
Yes, it is.
Pretoria does have a beauty to it. So
It
I have nothing against Pretoria. Let me get that straight.
Yeah.
I think that Pretoria really does have a lot of value, and I think that it is explored really well in architecture. We have some beautiful architecture there. Freedom Park, like it's not just apartheid.
Yes, no, no.
There's Freedom Park. There's a lot of new architecture taking place. But I also think that, coming from the east of Pretoria, which is like proper Pretoria, I think Pretoria, or I think this is just urbanism in South Africa in general. A lot of the new urbanism is quite soulless. It's these massive estates all walled off, everyone in their little enclave. And then that street is just the dead space where you go from your pick-a-pay to the Woolworths to the movies back home.
Yes.
And I think if I were to say what could architects add to Pretoria or like cities in general, is I think we need to look more at the way that townships are developed. I think that there's so much embedded wisdom in the way that communities informally develop that formal development misses. So I think that there is that informality, that ability to change and adapt that is really missing from formal architectural development. And I think that's something that could be brought to Pretoria.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Akil and Simeon. Thank you so much, gents. Thank you so much. All the best, yeah? Oh, my mic is falling, man. My mic's falling. All the best for the competition, guys. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to call on to stage Enrico Dicel, and, excuse me, did I pronounce it right? Dicel. Enrico Dicel, and of course, Junieko Maluleke. Yes, please, gentlemen. Enrico, you nice? Oh, wait, man. Junieko, you nice? Well, man. All right. Please, Enrico, please just give us a quick little background of who you are and how you got here.
With a car.
With a car.
Hi everyone, my name is Enrico Dicel and I am from Toronto University of Technology and
TUT.
Yeah, TUT, represent.
Represent, brother.
And yeah, I mean, my whole life I wanted to become an architect, and so from a very young age I got exposed to a friend whose parents were both architects, and so they actually had a house studio, a home studio, and actually got lost within their house and accidentally went into their studio and was confronted with a lot of models. And the thing that really grabbed my attention was being able to visualize the future, or like a building that's yet to exist in a small scale. And it's something I wish we have more of in the industry. And it's really what drew my attention.
Oh, thank you, Enrico. And yourself?
Hi everyone, I'm Junieko Maluleke and I am from the University of the Witwatersrand, Johannesburg. Originally I'm from a small village in Limpopo named Bungeni, far north, super hot that side because we're closer to the equator,
yes.
I guess. Yeah, but I think if I'm to describe myself architecturally, like I'm the type of architect who would actually prefer to see architecture happening on site, meaning that I wish I could actually be the builder instead of the guy on Revit or on the computer modeling the stuff. I wish I could actually be the one on site building the stuff, But I guess they call that hard labor, so I guess I have to do like the softer skills. But I think in a nutshell, that's pretty much me. I'm more hands-on. I like working with my hands. And I wish in an ideal world there could be like that type of space where architects can actually build, and be on site instead of being behind the blue screen the whole time.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to start with Enrico over there. Enrico, I see your project. That's your project right there, correct? Oh, so that's Simeon. My apologies. My dyslexia kicked in for a second there. Enrico, your stuff is upstairs.
The one at the top, yes.
Oh, okay, cool. Now, Enrico, please let us know what inspired your project and like what made you go the direction that you went with.
So actually started off with a passion for any ecological based project or anything that's more in an ecological environment. And so initially when I started my research, I actually started looking at paleontology, and so yesterday we made the jokes like, yes, go dinosaurs, and it wasn't interest at first, but it was more because it's something that's not as common. And as I kind of delved deeper into the research, I stumbled across succulent poaching that's taking place within the Karoo. And so as I kind of delved deeper, I realized there was a critical lack of formal protection within the Karoo environment. And so there's a very big need for conservation. But also in South Africa, there's a very big need for seed banking and preserving our biodiversity. And so currently what's happening is we are sourcing it out. We have a partnership within the country with the Millennium Seed Bank, and our botanical gardens throughout the country work with the Millennium Seed Bank, but they are actually based in the UK. And so we're one of the world's most biodiverse countries, yet we're sending it off for long-term storage in another country. And so why can't we protect our biodiversity here? And so it really became like, it felt like I found something that's not been as highlighted as it should be, because it really is a very big systemic issue that has to be addressed.
Yes, yes. Huh. Okay, thank you. And Diego, yes. So you're saying that you're from a rural area up in Limpopo, right?
Yes.
I'm also from Limpopo as well, from Venda, Shayandima.
Oh, interesting.
You don't know the place?
I do. Tando, yeah?
Oh, yeah, Tando, yeah, not far from there. And I'm sure you've seen the architecture there. It's subpar, to say the least. Like, you know what I mean? I think they just got an engineer, like, just make me a big house that says I've got money, you know what I mean? Now, one thing, as a young black male, man, one thing that we are prone to finding ourselves in spaces of entrepreneurship, where corruption can finally find its way in there if you don't have the integrity to be a good architect, you know what I mean? So now, you being a young black male all the way from there, man, how would you like to change the stratosphere of South Africa and how they see government funds going into building spaces for those that are underprivileged?
It's actually a good question, but if I'm to deconstruct it...
I do try.
Look, man, I think first and most importantly, exposure is everything. And someone like myself, coming from the far north all the way down to Joburg, having seen things just through media instead of experiencing them at first hand, I'd say, so for example, right, one would ask, how does a guy like you actually end up studying architecture?
Yeah, how?
Yeah. So my mother, the second name that she gave me is Nimrod, right? And I remember 2 years back, I asked her, I'm like, Mom, why did you give me this name, Nimrod? It sounds a bit weird, And then she said, I just thought it sounded cool because your first name is Tunego and that's Tsonga, so I wanted to add a bit of flavor with a different language. I'm like, okay, cool. But at the same time,
Nimrod.
At the same time, I was trying to just gauge her mind, their psyche, to say that, did this lady give me that name because she wants me to live up to it, or is it just a thing of, okay, cool, it just sounds cool, And the latter. But in my mind, I believe people live up to their names. And for those who know, Nimrod is one of the guys who built the city of Babylon, right? But that's besides the point, man.
Just in case you're wondering, he built the city of Babylon.
But I think what I can say, brother, is...
Yes, sir.
I read in a book somewhere that the spirit that lived in the people who built the pyramids in Egypt, Giza, is the very same spirit that lives in me. The very same spirit that lives in each and every one of you. So you downplaying your achievements, downplaying your potential, downplaying your uniqueness, you're not doing anyone justice, bro. You're not doing God, the creator, justice. You're not doing your colleagues. You're not doing your friends justice. So it's about time that people actually embrace their uniqueness and understand that creation actually makes humanity thrive. So personally, I just thought architecture would be the medium for me to express that, to say that I'm going to be the guy who builds the modern pyramids. And that will happen through community, through partnership, and through collaboration.
Nice. That's beautiful. Wow. This guy, Nimrod over here. Enrico,
Yeah. Yes.
Junieko was talking about pyramids.
I can't top that.
You can't top that.
No, I can't
Why
top
do aliens always land in America?
Must be Trump.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Oh, wait. 1 second. My apologies. We do have a question, sir. Yes, sir. Is it time? Can I just get it one more time? Sorry, sir. Is it time? Yes. Do you guys want to take that
Yeah.
question on?
I think those dialogues are already happening, mostly through research. For example, my supervisor, Norman de Gwebu, her research is actually like looking at something along those lines, you know. So I think those conversations have started happening. It's just a matter of like elongating the discussions in order for them to come to fruition. Yeah.
Yes. Enrica, you want to jump in there?
No, I'm good.
You don't touch politics? Okay. No, don't worry. This is busting you, my brother. Thank you so much. All the best. Yeah, all the best in the future, man. Thank you so very much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, up next, I'd like to call on Shahid Khalifa and Sky O'Connor. Yes. Come on, fellas. Shahid, how are you? You well? 100%. Okay, I see you. I felt you were coming in for it. All right. Sky, please let us know where you're from and how'd you get yourself this far?
I'm from a little town formerly known as Utenek, currently known as Kariga. It's basically spread off Labega, or formerly known as Port Elizabeth.
Yes.
And that little town is kind of cool, but very dry. There's nothing going there. But how I ended up getting here was like, for me, architecture, I was never like something that I was like strongly on hold with, but I have an interest in watching cinema and gaming. So when I play games like Minecraft, or when I watch movies like Inception and stuff, that like kind of create these narratives of like what architecture could be. But I know like it's not the real world. It's not real. Like, so with that, like, I guess when I had to like start picking careers, I was just like, architecture. Yeah.
That's what I want. Yeah. All right, man.
So when I got to university, I realized I don't know what architecture is. And through my whole journey, I guess, from first year to third year, fourth year, and fifth year, it was like a real growth for me, just like understanding what architecture is, understanding what's good architecture, what's bad architecture, and what architecture could possibly become. So for me, just growing and just learning, just being a pure observer and learner really helped me grow instead of just being a know-it-all.
Yes.
So that's basically how I got here, and yeah.
It's good to have you, Sky. It's good to have you, Sky.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. And of course, we've got Shahid. Shahid, how are you? You well?
I'm good. Yourself?
I'm good, man. I saw your father's here. Is there a reason why he's here?
Well, yeah, there's many reasons.
There's many reasons. All right, Shahid, please let the people know where you're coming from and who you are.
Yeah,
and,
so
you know, how you and architecture work together.
Okay. So I'm Shahid Khalifa. I'm from the University of KwaZulu-Natal. I'm from Durban. Yeah.
Okay. One person.
Yeah. From Durban, born and raised there. So I had to buy some pretty warm clothes when I had to come here. But yeah, still getting used to it. For me, architecture, I saw it as an avenue for making a change. Because, you know, we as architects, we have that power and we have that platform to actually make a physical difference. And in terms of my topic personally, where I'm dealing with ecological degradation as a result of industrializations in harbors. So I'm looking at, as an architect, how can I sort of tackle this very delicate situation. And that to me is like, we as architects, we have that power. We have that power to give a platform for people, or underprivileged people, or underprivileged ecologies that don't have a place to speak. Like a mangrove doesn't have a voice to speak for itself. And then you have these people with power, people at the top who are making decisions that are affecting these underprivileged environments. And that to me is, as architects, we have the power to actually intervene and actually do something that makes a difference. And that sort of physical power is what sort of drew me to architecture. And how can I make a difference is, through the built environment. That's basically it. Yeah.
So you want to make a difference with architecture in the world,
That's
like
right.
for informal settlements, for underprivileged people, for those kind of people.
Yeah. So I'm looking at more ecological infrastructure. So I'm looking at, for example, there's an aquatic mammal population in Richards Bay that's been facing sort of a decline. That's as a result of this sort of runoff, this chemical runoff that happens from the growing industry. This growing industry, it's great for our economy. It's really booming there. And then you have these sort of people at the top who sort of prioritize that economic gain, the short-term economic gain, where us as young people, we're always talking about the future. We're not looking short-term. We're saying, okay, what am I going to be doing in 10 years' time? Or what's the world going to be looking like in 10 years' time? And the truth is, without a planet, there is no future, realistically. So we all need to be having that conversation, and that's just sort of what I'm about, essentially. Yeah.
Okay. Sky, I'm so sorry to do this, to flip it on you, because I'm hearing all the architects, there's a big motive to want to change the world for everybody, you know what I mean, to make things better for everybody. But what do you want for yourself when it comes to architecture, Sky? What would be like your dream project for you? Not for anybody else, just for Sky.
Dream project. Wow, that's a great question.
Yes.
Yeah, like I think everyone has their own vision of what could be a better future with the design through architecture. For me, I think, like, I could say like a simple dream I did have once was like to just make an off-grid house, like creating like this obscure, crazy design, or even to have like my current house, if I get it from my father, I'm not sure. But yeah, if I get that house, like just revamp it and create this wacky doodle like design.
Okay.
Yeah, so for me, like just being able to create something out of pure passion and know like the pure intent of just wanting to create, for me, entices me.
Okay.
So that's something that I'm more passionate about, just creating. And for me, ideas I'm not always thinking of ideas, like it just comes, I'm just blessed with ideas as I go through life.
Yes.
And I continue, hopefully I'm continue to get blessed with more ideas and project sensitive ideas or public ideas. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
That's
so my apologies
No
to cut you
problem.
off. You're saying off-grid, right? So ideally for you, your own dream is to make your own house that's crazy, wacky doodle with like round windows. Okay, cool. I'm with you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. But now, when it comes to off-grid, do you think that there's a place, there's a utopia where we can make an off-grid community where, you know what I mean, like everything works together? You know, like, because now complexes are everywhere, they're popping up everywhere. Do you think there's a way that architects can work with city planners, urban designers, and what have you, to create an off-the-grid community, which is not a cult? That's very important.
Honestly, I don't think so. Like, it has to be a cult.
Yes.
But with the off-the-grid, like, the only reason, like I said, that it was to be more isolated. So I don't know why I would want to be with more people if I want to be isolated with people I care with. But if I had to think like a community, maybe for my closest friends or family, I do think there's a potential in that, but it's purely going to be self-motivated. And I don't think like anyone else would getting that, or because there's no profit out of that.
Yeah.
So to be a pure self, how can I say, like just a genuine love to escape the city. Like we have so much corruption going on and all these things. So like if maybe you want to avoid that, then for sure we can start a whole cult out somewhere.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Start a cult over there. Yeah. Okay.
I don't agree with cults. I just want to make a disclaimer. But yeah, so I do think there's a potential for that.
Okay, no, I get that. Sorry, my boy, Shahid, right? Shahid. I don't want to assume that you're in part of any religious, or you're not religious, are you?
I'm Muslim, yeah.
You are a Muslim.
Correct.
Oh, okay. How would you upgrade the mosques as you see them today?
So I think a mosque really is a place of gathering. That's how we as in Islam look at it. And it's a place where people come together to sort of do something bigger than themselves. And it's a place where, you know, it doesn't matter who you are, or where you're from, or how much money you make. Everyone is going to the same mosque. If you're close to that mosque, you're going to that mosque. So it's a place for gathering, and that to me has a beauty. Like there's a beauty in creating this sense of place. It's like, as architects, we're always trying to create spaces, but really spaces are just formed by the people. Where people are gathering, that's what a space is, and it's about a feeling, really. So I think mosques, it's less about how it looks, it's more about, you know, what it means to people.
Yes,
yeah.
the functionality of it.
Correct.
More than the aesthetics.
Correct.
Oh, okay. Like, this is a random question. Shahid, let's just say, hypothetically, it was your birthday today. Would you like for people to sing you happy birthday?
I would prefer that nobody sing me happy birthday today, thank you.
Oh,
Yeah.
if it were your birthday,
If it
right?
were hypothetically my birthday, I'd prefer that it not be sung.
It's his birthday, like right now. Give him a round of applause. Oh, man. No, that's fantastic, man. Okay, one more question, guys. Like, if you were to win this, what would that mean to you?
So for me, like even making it this far, it's kind of a testament to everything, like all the people that have backed me along the way, where I've come from.
Yes.
And so it's more about winning. I'm more just happy to have made it this far. And it's about my parents who are here. I mean, I'm just happy to represent them, happy to represent my university, to represent Durban. And so, you know, I'm not too focused on the winning part.
Yeah.
I think all of us being here, we've already won in that essence. So.
Nice. Well done. Well done. Well done. Guys, do you want to give them one more? I feel like you're not a big speaker. Do you want to give them one more?
I guess I
Go
like,
ahead, man. If you want to stand up, stand up.
But yeah, to me, I think like all of us, like we a really strong group, and like I think it will mean the world to all of us, even if Shahid or anyone wins. Like it's still gonna like. I'm glad that I could compete against these guys.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And it means also like I don't know. I can't speak for them, but like for me, it also means more to. Not only just for me, but like for my friends, my lecturers, my family, and my neighbors. Even like they've played a role in me and played the role in the person that I am today, and specifically also like with my brother and my father, who both have played significant roles in my life, and yeah. So I just hope I could be a man that they can be proud of, and I think that's. Just being here, I've seen it and hearing from them really just means a lot.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's beautiful,
Okay.
man. Ladies and gentlemen, please, brothers, thank you so much, man. All the best, yeah? All the best. All the best with the future. Thanks. I see you, my brother. I see. Ladies and gentlemen, those are the young architects of 2025 right here in 2026. Can you please give them a round of applause one more time? All right. Now, we're getting closer to announcing our big winner. And before I do that, I'd like to call on the judges, right? These are the people who we granted power to call people good enough or not good enough. But today, please let's allow them to come up on stage. I'll call on Claire McCusker. Please, ma'am, how are you, Claire? Yeah, Claire. Yes. Then we've got Warren Papier. Warren, big whoa. Whoa. Where's my brother? Where I see you. And of course, Adima Davis. Adima Davis! Adima! All right. Ladies and gentlemen, these are our judges. Yeah. Okay. Welcome, guys. Oh, man. You're the guys that made it all. You know, you guys were the guys who were responsible for allowing dreams to happen, to come this far. You know? What were you looking for? What was your criteria that stood out, that said, this person belongs here? Claire, you can go first.
I think I'm always looking for someone who has a depth of knowledge, who is incredibly sensitive and empathetic in their design.
Yeah.
That also has the theoretical background that they can use to underpin their ideas and to make those realities. And I think it was a difficult process to choose a top student here. They all are amazing young men. I've had the privilege of chatting to them, especially this afternoon, and I'm actually really encouraged by the quality of our young people. Generally, I think if this is the type of people coming into the industry, wow, we're going to do amazing things.
We're doing amazing, yeah. Okay, away. And Warren, you've been doing this for how many years now?
Architecture.
No, judging.
Oh, judging. This is my first year.
Oh, this is the first year. Oh, so I was going to ask, what change have you seen it bring to a child after, to a young student after they win something like this? But now it's your first day at work, so you have no idea. You're the wrong guy to ask.
I've got 8 business cards in my pocket.
You got business cards in your pocket? Okay.
8 of them.
8 business cards, specifically 8. All right, fellas, I think he's trying to give jobs. Okay, but I'm sure you can give us something here. For the young students, man, what's the one thing you want them to leave this with?
Yeah, so I do have a bit of a academic background.
Yes.
I've been lecturing part-time for 9 years. So it's incredible to see how students over the years have adapted to all the societal issues and changes the changes in the industry, technology, just pressures of everyday life. And I think like when you're sitting in a position like you guys are at the moment, like the top 8 students in the country, which is really, really amazing. The world is your oyster, the enthusiasm that you put and the passion that you put into your projects, which we saw over the last 2 days, is really what you need to take out into the industry. I think a lot of the statements were made earlier about being inquisitive and remaining inquisitive is really important. So I think, be proud of yourselves, number one. But number 2, like just be that person that is always seeking to make a difference.
Thank you, Warren. Adima, lovely Adima.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, all right, Adima, my woman is here. Relax. Take it easy with the voice, Adima. Adima, you've been part of Corobrik for how long? Corobrik.
For ages. I've always been involved in the Institute of Architects from the time I was a student up until very recently, and so Corobrik is a lovely family of ours,
Yes.
particularly in KZN. So yeah,
Yes.
shout out to Melvin and Chris.
Yes. And when you were judging the students, man, like I really want to keep asking this question. Like, what's the one thing that said this person deserves? This person is bringing change. This is blowing me out of the water. What's that one thing?
I always like to talk about being able to have a dialogue with the architecture. And so I think what we were looking for, and for me personally, was someone who conveyed that, demonstrated an understanding sort of holistically. We've got criteria that we need to meet. And so someone who could convey an understanding and strength and conviction in themselves and their project holistically. There are a lovely range of projects here and deep poetics in some of them. And so that really appeals to my conceptual mind. And so, yeah, that would be mine. Yeah.
Okay. And how long was the judging process? Like, how long does this take? Is it like 6 months, 3 months? How long?
It was a few months. We had a few months to read through the actual thesis documents from each of the students. And then, of course, the last few days, and a very intense day yesterday with lots of nerves from the young men. Hours with each of them, and then some deliberation. It was a tough call for us to make.
Okay. Statistically speaking, like how many architects add on to the unemployment rate of South Africa? Statistically speaking, I'm not
Warren did say he has 8 business cards in his pocket,
Warren's
he's
got
empty.
8. I mean, like yearly in, like, you know what I mean? I'm sure you see, how many numbers do you probably see, like a year of young graduates coming out, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure you also get to see who's not getting employed, who is employed. Is there a number? Is there a rough ballpark figure?
No, there's no ballpark figure, but what I find in architectural students is that they find their way in doing something. They are incredibly creative people, so you throw them lemons and they make more than just lemonade.
Yes.
You know, wow, yes.
Delicious. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing's going to hold them back from making an impact.
No.
You know, whether it's designing sneakers or going into the film industry or, you know, advertising or whatever. Wherever there's a space for them to make an impact, they will.
Yes. Do you feel that the international space hires more South African architects than South Africa itself? Warren, if anybody wants to answer.
I think more and more we're seeing, you know, local companies doing work abroad and forming sort of alliances with, you know, overseas-based companies.
Yes.
What that does do is it sort of allows for some cross-pollination. And it kind of makes our local skill set and even some of the, you know, maybe, you know, high-tech principles, you know, that's exercised, you know, abroad, bringing that home, and obviously empowering, like, our industry through that,
Okay, one more question. So about 2 years ago, I'm not sure if you guys saw this, but 2 years ago, something happened in CBD, like the roads exploded, right? And someone posted that if this happened in Japan, they would have fixed it within a week or so, if not 2 weeks. What do you think we're lacking here in South Africa to be able to fix something so dramatic like a road exploding? You guys don't remember this? You guys don't go to town? Oh, I was there. I was in a taxi when it exploded. So what do you think is lacking in South Africa for us to be able to, when something happens, we can fix it within, you know, record time?
I don't think that problem lies with us, and I think we can kind of relate to, for those of us who work in the public sector, there are immense complexities around procedures and processes for appointments, etc., that suffer in the chokehold with our governmental departments. And so I think when we have had crises before, and I'm looking at Claire because we were involved in some of these discussions through the Institute at that time, was when there was flood damage in Durban, the architects came to the fore asking, what can we do, how can we be involved, because the government was calling for engineers to erect emergency housing for people, which felt slightly amiss because, you know, last time I checked, that's our job. So, yeah, definitions are very important, and sometimes they get, you know, lost in translation because 11 official languages.
Yes. So architects are often overlooked by the government to get engineers to do the job.
Sure. And fortunately, we do have some representatives from the Department of Human Settlements here, so we can chat later.
Yeah.
Warren has business cards. Someone
here is a representative from the Department of Human Settlements. Okay. Trying to see someone who's uncomfortable right now. Find someone who's saying all of this. But, okay. I mean, we can chat all day, but we can't, right? We need to get to the gist of what we're here for, right? And ladies and gentlemen, I would like to bring on somebody who's been working with Corobrik for 39 years plus. She's been part of this whole thing itself. And it's a little sad news, but it's also bittersweet. This is a final year with Corobrik. So let's please celebrate the one, the only Miss Philo Sidam Baram. Yes! Come on, Philo. Yes. Here she is. Let me help you then. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, Thilo and Peter are going to do this part. Let us watch and enjoy. It's good to have you here, man. It's good to have you here. Ladies and gentlemen, can you please put your hands together for Peter, please?
Thank you.
You guys can sit down. You guys, I just wanted to hang out with you guys real quick. My apologies. Please do sit down. Let's let Peter do his thing. You can go.
So good afternoon, everybody. And for those that I haven't met, you've now heard my name is Peter Dutrevor. I'm the chairman of Corobrik. I've also been around with these competitions since the first one, and that's because of my age. But in getting this right and in working with Corobrik and doing this for many, many years has been Thilo, who really mothers the students, and she's been doing this for, we don't know, we couldn't work out earlier how many years, but it's probably well in excess of 25 years. So firstly, let me thank Thilo for that. Now, Thilo goes on pension at the end of July, and it really brings an end to a bit of an era in Corobrik. Thilo's family the whole family have in excess of 200 years worth of service with Corobrik. It started with her great-great-granny, who came in early into Natal. She's obviously been Durban-based, and she used to load bricks manually onto, in those days, the trains still used to work. So they used to have a system, I think it's called a hod, when they put it on their backs and carry the bricks into. And then her grandfather, her father, her brothers, they've all been involved in Corobrik, and Thilo is the end of that chain. So sorry about that, but thank you to your family for what they've done. Now we've got a little presentation for you, Thilo, and saying thank you. So, some roses. And that's for you. And I'm sure I'll speak on behalf of all the many, many students that have gone through this program over the last 25 to 30 years to thank Thilo for what she's done in making them comfortable, making sure their projects get here timeously and not broken, for taking them to dinners, for feeding them, for drinking them. So Thilo, I'm sure there's lots of people that are very, very grateful for what you've done. Are you going to say a few words? Whew. Thilo, that's not a word.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Peter. After 39 wonderful years at Corobrik, I'm really grateful to everybody, to you, to all my bosses, too many to mention, but none forgotten, the staff. Thank you for trusting me, for having faith in me, for allowing me to do my job to the best I could, and for all your support that you've given me over the years. It's been great. I hand over my reins to Raquel and Boichimelo. You've done a fantastic job. Just keep going. To all the architectural students that I've worked with for over the years, it's been an absolute pleasure. It was a joy to work with you, to get your projects done, and to prepare you for this event, and to all the professors that supported me. Corobrik, it's just not been my workplace. It's my family. So thank you. Thanks for everything.
That's a pleasure. And enjoy your retirement. Hey? Thank you. Thank you.
Would you like to say any last words? Any shout-outs? Okay. All right, Peter. No, you stay right there, Peter.
Maybe he forgets who's the boss.
Yeah. This man is intimidating. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to call... Hey?
Don't be intimidated.
Just a little, like, you've got presence, you know what I mean? Like the way you speak is like,
fat, yeah.
Things need to happen now, otherwise everybody's getting fired. Right. I'd like to call on Dean as well. Dean, can you please join me on stage? Oh, yeah. Okay. Right, the wait finally ends here. I think you guys, please, if any last words before you announce the winner.
Well, I could just
start.
Okay. Sorry, Dean.
Yeah.
But just to congratulate all the students and the universities for the work that they've done in getting the students here. It's amazing over the years how much more practical the projects have become. I mean, I can remember some projects of years ago that complete garbage, but very clever. In fact, for those of you that have been around a long time, Jan, you've been around at these competitions for a long time. I remember somebody building a nose out of the middle of a Table Mountain. And it doesn't happen anymore. The students are far more realistic in what they do. And I congratulate you and your family for supporting you in what is a long journey. I don't understand half of it. In fact, that's why Corobrik doesn't do the judging, because my influence might ruin the whole thing. But thank you to the judges as well, and if anybody is unhappy with the results, you've met the judges. Dean, do you want to comment?
No, like I said before, thank you for your participation. I've been in the company for 4 months. I can't speak with this gentleman's wealth of experience, but it's been a really exciting experience for me. I've learned a lot, and I've learned a lot from all of you, and I wish you very well, and I hope to meet you socially afterwards over a drink. And
yes, it's getting to about that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We between you and the bar, eh?
Yeah.
Sorry, sir.
Yes. No, so then if I can get on with announcing the winners, and of course, in this competition, there is only one winner, but as has been I suppose what has happened over the last couple of years, the judges couldn't make one decision because it has been so difficult, because the students have been so close in their ability and their projects. There is this year a commendation that will be given out to a student, which I suppose is second prize, is it?
Yeah. Second prize, runner up.
Runner up.
Yeah.
But well done again to the students, and I hope that you've made some friends amongst the 8 of you, and I hope that during your careers, this friendship will blossom, and I hope that this competition will launch your careers into something big, as it has to many of the other winners and participants in this competition. There are many architects around the world that have been through this process, and I wish you all well in that. So without further ado, the judges have chosen for commendation, and a prize of 10,000 Rand, which goes to his parents, is for Enrico Deisel.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done. Very nice. That's for you.
Thank you.
I think that's for you, I'm not sure. I scribbled on it, sorry. And that's from the University TUT, or TUT, what do you call it? TUT, well done. Do you want to say anything before I announce the winner?
I mean, yeah, thank you so much for such an incredible experience. Again, thank you to Corobrik for arranging such an opportunity for us to shine and to kind of display what we're capable of. And thanks to everyone that I got to meet and for allowing us to
enjoy the evening.
Well done.
And then it's my privilege and pleasure to announce the winner, who receives a check also for their parents of 70,000 Rand to the University of Free State.
Oh!
Ken and well done, my boy. Very good. That's for you. And that's an award for you. Well, I'll hold that for you.
Say a few words.
Say a few words. How's that?
I think you might have to give me a second, yeah. I think it's always been a massive dream to be, Yeah, it's a massive honor to receive this, honestly. If it wasn't for my mom's support, they wouldn't have been possible. So all glory to God as well. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Well done. Well done, my boy. That's very good. And good luck with your career.
Sorry, mate.
Do you want me? Yeah. Come on. Well done. Congratulations, man. Very good. Quick photo. And then, before you go,
Well done.
can I have now all the students up for a quick photograph, please?
Well done, guys. No, this is going to work.
Right. Come on, find a spot. Right, quick pick, and then we can have a drink. Thank you. Well done. Well done to all of you. Eh?
Well done, guys. Well done.
We'll call you back.
Thank you.
Thank you
Cheers,
so
man.
very much. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please, one more time. Congratulations to Keynote! Woo! Well done. You did that, man. Well done. Someone lost their phone. And someone's calling. I answer, Tammy, come to the bar. Tammy, can you see me answer the phone? We're at Katie's Palace, upstairs. At the Corobrik Awards, yeah. Where is Katie's place? Tammy, guys, Tammy lost the phone. Tammy, who's the owner of the phone? It's the lady, but what is it? Maite, okay, I'll give it back to her. Thank you very much, Tammy. You take care, all right? Cheers, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, by the way, I just want a quick shout out, right? Corobrik is having a little thing where they are painting the bricks, but it's not just paint. Like apparently it's ceramically glazed. So if it's yellow, if it's blue, it lasts forever. So what they want you guys to help them with a focus group where there are little jars over there with, I think it's yellow, blue, green. All you gotta do is just put the brick in which color that you like, and then they'll know what colors they're gonna go forward with, right? Are we cool with that? Fantastic. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for coming out here and making some young people's dreams come true, man. Like we said, there's no, like you may be the winner right now, but we are all winners. You guys are all winners in our eyes, and we believe that architecture is in good hands when it's in you guys' hands, you know what I mean? So you guys keep doing what you got to do, keep pushing forward. There's so many doors that you guys are going to open up. There's so many places that you guys are going to build, and there's a lot of people here who are ready to employ young men. So guys, don't be shy to talk, chit-chat, get out there, you know what I mean? Put yourself out there. Put yourself out there, birthday boy. And ladies and gentlemen, I've been your host, Bongani Dube. Please do call me for anything else that you want. And for now, let us celebrate, let us enjoy, and let's give this phone back to who it belongs to. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Well done, guys. We rocked, eh?